There's no doubt that the NFL is made up of some really interesting characters. During my playing days, I came across some really eccentric players like Thomas Hollywood Henderson and Conrad Dobler. Now, those guys were some real characters. But down here in the Lone Star State, there's one player who will get no argument about living in the world of his own. He's Jamie Williams of the Houston Oilers, an athlete who indeed travels to the beat of a different drum. A giant of a man who wears an earring and keeps his dreadlocks tied back in a ponytail. It's no wonder why he attracts so much attention. But what makes Williams so unique is not so much his appearance, but his obsession with his alter ego. Jamie Williams, the football player, is also Jamie Williams, the amazing Spider-Man, who strives for truth, justice, and the AFC title.
The Spider-Man psyche reflected how I've always wanted to be, so I decided to collect everything I could about it. Posters, comic books, even gumball machines. You name it, I've got it. I guess it's safe to say I'm a connoisseur on Spider-Man. Because of this, people think I'm this radical, out-of-control wild man. But that's not true. I'm Spider-Man, and I'm here to keep Houston safe from the pitfalls of error and destruction.
There's no doubt that Spider-Man has made the Lone Star State a safer place to live. Everyone in Houston appreciates his hard work.
Since Spider-Man's come to Houston, crime has really went down.
Plus, the Oilers' passing game has never been better.
We love you, Spider-Man.
Jamie Williams is more than just an eccentric football player. He's a graduate from Nebraska with a major in broadcast communications, a well-read scholar who reads Tolstoy, acts, and plays the piano. With Jamie Williams, his superhero illusions are no brag, just facts.
Jamie, now, if I dressed like Spider-Man in Dallas, they'd probably run me out of town or lock me up, something like that. Do you benefit as a player from your Spider-Man personality?
Definitely, Drew. Spider-Man has the speed, strength, and agility of a spider. If I can incorporate that psyche into my play, it helps me combat and battle the NFL linebackers, and that's my job. Excuse me, Drew. Hello? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. I'll be right there.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. It's a web anytime. Just like light, look out. Here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Let's him up. He's got radioactive blood. Can he take take a look overhead? Hey there goes the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, where have you been? The concert was almost an hour ago.
I was keeping the city safe.
Some superhero you are.
Please forgive me.
Oh, Spider-Man, you're my hero.
I guess there are some things not even superheroes can control. Boy, I tell you, though, that Jamie Williams is definitely one of a kind. I just hope that when the Houston Oilers start winning this year, that Bud Adams isn't too surprised when the Oilers fans start demanding that this team changes their uniform.
All right, Spider-Man, but you better hope you catch a lot of those Raiders in your web this Sunday if you hope to win. Folks, backed by popular demand, a person who is willing to go at any time to any location around the National Football League to bring you what is happening right now. Former All-Pro wide receiver with the Dallas Cowboys, now in his third season on Inside the NFL, Mr. Drew Pearson. It's great to have you back, Drew. Drew, that was one of the most entertaining pieces I've seen you do. I want to know, how are you going to top it?
It's going to be tough to top, but we had a lot of fun doing that piece, and that's what we're going to try to do this year with the Cover Story segment, is bring you a lighter side of what these players do away from the locker room and the playing field.
All right, Drew, you're down in Houston. This is a ball club that went to the playoffs last year. They had a good draft this year, and they're saying we are going to the Super Bowl, and bang, their quarterback Warren Moon gets hurt. Who has to come off the bench but someone by the name of Cody Carlson? How do they approach this game against the Raiders with a Cody Carlson?
Well, Nick, they approach it the same way, but what Cody Carlson has to do is fit in. Cody Carlson is a good quarterback. He's big, he's strong, he has an excellent arm, and the Oilers people are real high on him. So all he has to do is fit in. They have excellent people around him, excellent people in the backfield, good speed at the wide receiver position. Those players have to raise their game to a different level, and Cody Carlson has to try not to lose the football game by
making some bad plays.
Let's talk about losing. Losing bragging rights for the state of Texas. When you remember the Cowboys, you are known not only as Texas's team, but America's team. Now I hear rumor that the Texas team is now the Houston Oilers. Any truth to that?
Well, the Oilers are on the verge of becoming the team in Texas, and the reason for that is because they're winning. The Cowboys are losing. The Cowboys haven't been to the playoffs the last 2 years, and the people in Texas don't like that. They support a winner. The Cowboys have 19,000 tickets available for their season opener against the New York Giants. That's an indication that the new ticket, tough ticket in town or in Texas to get, is the Oilers ticket.
Well, stick around because I want to talk about that former America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. You know, there's a rule of thumb in the NFL. If you hold a team to 17 points or less, you should win the football game. Well, the last 7 times the Oilers did that, they won. Last week against the Indianapolis Colts.
He is the best runner in pro football, and in 1988, the Indianapolis Colts will get the ball to Eric Dickerson on the ground, in the air, or any way they can.
He gets back now to Dickerson down the far sideline. The old hook and ladder. The ball was thrown to front.
Against Houston, Dickerson accounted for over 2/3 of his team's total yardage and set up his teammates for 2 first-half touchdowns. Wide receiver Matt Boozer was left unnoticed by the Oilers' Dickerson-conscious defense, a unit whose task soon became even more critical. But when Houston lost quarterback Warren Moon to a shoulder fracture, the defense took matters into its own hands.
One setback for Hogaboom. Quick drop. Short throw. It's intercepted by Steve Brown, and he's going to go all the way. At the 20, 15, 10, 5.
Houston held the Colts even at 14 throughout regulation. On the first play in overtime, all eyes were on the man with the wings of Mercury.
Screen for Dickerson at the 25, 30, at the 35. He fumbles the ball, and the Oilers have it. It's Robert Lyle. Lyle's looking for someone.
Even the Immortals have an Achilles heel. And as it has in the past, Dickerson's propensity to fumble spoiled his otherwise flawless performance. Houston's Tony Zendejas got set to convert the takeaway to victory.
Step back, ball down, kick up, on its way, the kick. Houston! The Oilers win in overtime. They knock off Indianapolis 17-14.
There was no doubt the defense was tracking the best back in football, and they went out there to track them down, and that's just what they did. Everybody talks about our defense. All they do is make big plays. We may not have the best stats. We may not be ranked the highest. But when you have to win a football game, they always come up and make a big play and help us win.
Under the Silverdome, the accent was on youth as the Lions and Atlanta Falcons unveiled 1988's newest star defenders. Top draft choice linebacker Andre Bruce, number 93, injected instant life into the formerly listless Falcon defense and inspired second-year quarterback Chris Miller to do the same on offense. Miller found rookie tight end Alex Higdon for the Falcons' first touchdown of the season. But the Lions' top rookie looked to make it their last. Number 36 safety Benny Blades brought the term impact player to life with 13 tackles and set the pace for the rest of the game. George Jameson's first NFL touchdown highlighted the Lions' first display of aggression in recent memory. A new attitude quickly picked up by quarterback Chuck Long. Long's 2 touchdown passes delivered a 31-17 win to Detroit, capping an outburst of youthful exuberance that may signal the birth of a new era in the Motor City.